So hello, and you are very welcome to day 3, creating methods using natural numbers. So as usual, when I get to a day, I click on do my assignments. That brings up all the assignments that's coming up in the next 24 hours, but that begins in the next 24 hours. It's not for now. So I'm going to close that and move on to reviewing the following video and then complete the following exercises. Okay, so I watch my video and then I click on the link for the following exercises. Okay, so today let's have a look at creating methods for integer questions. So in this question, it tells you that the temperature in Ireland is 1 degrees and the temperature in France is -5 degrees more than Ireland. What temperature is it in France? Well, now that we're dealing with negative numbers, these questions get very hard to really even understand. So we try and create a formula for it without thinking about the numbers. So imagine we have a temperature in Ireland and we know that France is more than in Ireland. How do we find the temperature in France? Well, we take the temperature in Ireland and we add on how many degrees more it is in France. That's how you would find the temperature in France. So the temperature in Ireland is 1 degrees. The temperature in France is -5 degrees more than Ireland. So let's think temperature in Ireland plus how much more it is in France. So that's 1 plus -5 gives you an answer of -4. Okay, now we begin our questions. France is more than Ireland. Again, France is more than Ireland. So we add them two together, the 3 plus -12, -9. France is more than Ireland, so we add them. -4 plus 0 is -4. Temperature in Ireland is 1. Temperature in France is 16 less. Okay, so the temperature in France is less than Ireland. So to find the temperature in France, you would take the temperature in Ireland and you would subtract how much less the temperature in France is. So your answer to this will be 1 take away 16, which would give you -15. Temperature in France is less than Ireland, so you would take away how much less it is. So it's -11, take away -1. And remember, if you're taking away a minus number, that's a plus number. So again, this is getting very confusing in terms of the numbers, but if you just forget about what the numbers are for a moment and think about what do you do. In order to find the temperature in France, if the temperature in France is less than Ireland, you take the temperature in Ireland and you subtract how much lower it is in France. So it's -11, take away -1, which is -11 plus 1, which is -10. Okay, and I've already completed the section, so it keeps telling me that I've already completed this section, but let's keep going. France is less than Ireland, so it's -4, take away -6, which is +2. France is more than Ireland, so you would add the difference. So it's -4 plus 4, which is 0. It's 0 degrees in France. And we can check our answer at this point. France is 0 degrees, which is 4 degrees more than Ireland. Okay, that works. France is less than Ireland, so it's -11, take away -4, which is -11, plus 4, which is -7. So what you have to do with these questions is you need to think, what am I doing? If I didn't know what those numbers were, if I had different numbers, what would I do to find out the temperature in France? France is less than Ireland, so I would subtract that. So it's -14, take away -13 is -1. France is more than Ireland, so I would add -15 plus 2 is -13. And then I would have that section complete. Let's have a look at the next question. So you know now that you've been given the formula in the last few questions, and now you have to create the formula yourself by thinking about it and then applying the formula. So in this question, you're asked, what temperature is it in France? It tells you that the temperature in Ireland is 19 degrees more than in France. So to find the temperature in France, you would take the temperature in Ireland and you would subtract those 19. So it's 4 take away 19 is -15. Ireland is more than France, so it's the -9 on the bottom. The temperature in Ireland, -9, and you would subtract how much more Ireland is. Okay, so it's -9, take away -9, which is -9 plus 9, which is 0. Again, this sounds kind of complicated, but once you think, what would I do if I knew what those numbers were? If those numbers weren't negative, if they were normal numbers that I could deal with, what would I do? And I would take the temperature in Ireland and I would subtract how much more it was than France. More than France, so it's -7 subtract -4, which is -7 plus 4, -3. Okay, Ireland is less than in France, so I have to think again. What temperature is it in France? Well, France is more than Ireland, so I would add on that difference. So it's -7 plus -4, which if you stick that into a calculator, you'll get -11. So the question sounds a little strange, but just think what you're doing, create a formula and put it in. Ireland is more than France, so France is 1 degree less, so you subtract 0, -1 is -1. Ireland is less than France, so I would add on those 2 degrees to find the temperature in France, so it's -15 plus 2, which is -13. Ireland is less than France, so I would add on how much less to find the temperature in France, so it's 2 degrees plus 1 degrees. So you're thinking all the time. This is very, very hard to think, but just be careful. What would you do if these were numbers that you had no difficulty finding out? And if you're not sure, draw a little picture, put the temperature in Ireland and put the temperature in France in a different place, less than or above. So Ireland is less than France, so I would add that difference on. So it's -8, add 1, which is -7. Again, it's less, so it's 15, add 8, which is 23. It's less than France, so it's -10 plus 7, which is -3. And that is that section complete. So have a go with those questions. Be careful what you're doing. This changes from saying less than to more than, so you need to change your formula. So if you can create a little formula to figure this out and then just put the numbers in all the time, but watch out for this changing from less than to more than. And put the numbers into your formula. If you can do it in your head and you remember that taking away a negative number is the same as adding, that's perfect. Otherwise, put the numbers into your calculator and get your answer.